Hey everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am sneaking. And because the other day I made a art journal for me, if you missed the process of me awfully making this art journal, I will link it right here. But today's first day I am playing within it. This is an art journal I created specifically and solely for card making techniques, mainly because there's a lot of things I want to try, but I need a place to fail. And art journals are some of the best places to fail in terms of trying techniques. I recently acquired a bunch of re-inkers. Don't ask, I just had a really good deal on them, so I got them. And I'm trying to figure out some ways to use them besides re-inking. Come to find out they don't move as well as you want them to move on watercolor paper. But I started the page and I was going to finish the page despite the fact of being slightly disappointed by my re-inker technique. But I pulled out a stencil and started adding some distress oxides over it because, you know, sometimes you just need a little distress stenciling work to see if you can cover up bad ink work. I don't know. It is what it is. We'll continue playing, but I darken the edges up with some black soot because I find that if you take your edges darker, whatever mistakes you have inside somehow seem logical. And if we were at it, I figured let's go full force. I tried spraying a little water, and it didn't quite move the way I wanted it to, so I threw my mat on, or under, and added some Distress Oxide spray. And now it really just became what happens when you layer Distress Oxides one on top of another. So I started with a re-inker. I added some classic Distress Oxides. Now I've added some oxide spray. And the cool thing about the Distress Oxides, as you can see, is everything, the layers just keep building. So, yay! Now I'm adding some stamping to see if I could actually come up with a cool image despite the underpinning not being what I call visually stimulating. And it's amazing, you start adding stamping on top of bad ink work or bad paint work, and suddenly things start feeling logical, or at least they do to me. So I took two different Kaiser craft stamp sets and started, I don't know, playing with my distress. Yeah, just adding more stamping to, you know, visually create some interest. I didn't really want this stamp to be perfectly clear. I just wanted it to create a little havoc and chaos in the background. And then I needed a little bit more focal point, so using just a touch bit more black ink, I stamped in some flowers around the borders. And I love how there's the hard masculine of the gears and then the soft femininity of the floral, along with a very feminine stamp sentiment. And I don't know, there's something fun with the juxtaposition of something both masculine and feminine within the same project that I like. I wanted there to be some more accents, so I pulled out my Kelly Creates metallic jewel brush pens. These are really fun. They're soft. They're meant for calligraphy. I can't do calligraphy. I've tried, but I can't do calligraphy. But I can accent with a pen, and because of the metallic in them, they're very reflective. It's very fun. So I added hints of green into the leaves and bits of silver into the words and the gears, and a little bit of this, they call it ruby. It's not. It's a rose color. But I added some of that into the sentiments and onto the buds of the flowers. And now things just create just slight more visual interest. The cool thing is, in the end, I didn't end up hating this. I still think this is a fail and not a success artful page, but I like it. And sometimes failure, you can like your failures. Thanks for peeking in today. This is the first, hopefully, of many of these art journal for card makers books or pages I've got going on. Tune back in to see what else I've got going on. Until then, happy crafting.